Pepper, Micah, come here.
Okay, it seems like we're live. Can you guys do a chat?
Pepper, Micah,
no, not yet on my side.
It's offline for now. Okay, starting.
You want to be on YouTube and say hi, and
There would always be a delay on this side, so.
Then saying hi.
Okay, it is about
it's up
now.
to you if you want to be.
Okay, guys, we are live.
We're live. Great.
We're live.
We're live.
We're live.
Audio working.
We are live.
Where is the code?
We're live.
We're live. Yes.
Live.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Control Room live show. Today is Monday, July 17th. We are rounding up our 3-day ICO. It's been about 60 hours almost since we started the token sale on Saturday morning. You'll be seeing all of us over the next couple of hours. One quick thing to note, that this token sale takes place not over a period of time, but through at a certain block that we pre-calculated on the Ethereum blockchain. And you can't get it perfect, and so there's still time to buy pillar tokens. Partha, are you there? What time roughly do we expect the actual ending block to come?
I expect around 9:30 UK time.
Is that 9:30?
Yeah, 9:30. Yeah.
About 9:30. So we have about an extra hour and a half, not because we're not doing what we said, but because that's how the blocks were calculated when we figured it out 3 days ago. So there's an extra hour and a half that gives you time to buy 2, 3, 4 million more pillar tokens. Plenty of time to jump on My Ether wallet, send some money to your My Ether wallet, and then give the smart contract address you find in your newsletter from the pillarproject.io website and buy some more pillars. You can even buy pillars just to have on hand and either give them to friends or kids or sell them to friends or kids over time. Today, I have bought literally 70 Ether, 80 Ether worth of tokens for friends of mine that said, hey, I can't get it right away, but I want you to buy them for me, and I'll set up an account, I'll put the money in, and I'll get the Ether, and then I'll send you the Ether later. Can you guys be a little quieter? We are live on YouTube. Thank you. So it's possible to buy now for other people who can't, because you, I assume, are already a pillar token owner and you know how to do it. So if you've got any Ether, you could turn it into pillars now before they go on ice and into the deep freezer for 10 years. Now would be a good time. The next, what do we have, about 2 hours? 2 hours and a bit more probably. We'll keep you updated on the time, but it's at least 2 more hours to go buy some pillar tokens in the way that you already know, and then change them for Ether later. Ideally not on an exchange where the collective price could drop, but to people you know, and just get them at the same price you bought them at. Just say, hey, this is 10 Ethers worth of tokens. Send me 10 Ether, I'll send you the tokens. I have done that today to the tune of about 80 Ether, which is what, 30 something thousand dollars, 10 Ether, 7,500. 17. So about $15,000 worth of tokens that I bought for friends today, and they've told me that they'll get me their money back, the Ether back. That's fine. Happy to help, and now we can. 2 hours from now, or in a bit, all of those tokens will go on ice forever. Yeah, for 10 years is practically forever, especially in crypto time. So get them before they hit the freezer. And help us get more pillar tokens in circulation. Why would you want to do that? Someone asked me that. I want to explain that before we're going to introduce people and we'll have a whole show. Just want to get to first things first. Why would you want to do it? Because frankly, it gives the project more money, which reduces risk. You guys, it's still a bit loud over there. So the goal is to reduce risk of the project. Also, it lets us hire more people and get more done. That gets the value of the project higher over time sooner, and that would raise the value of the tokens. It's not our goal to raise the value of the tokens. It's our goal to have an amazing product and ecosystem. But the more we can sell in the next 2 hours, the more people we can hire, and the bigger this ecosystem gets, the less chance of failure. So you're actually buying the chance to help us have an increased chance of success here, because an open source project has no income model. This is the only time we will be able to get any money in the bank. Now, we have some tokens reserved. So if in about, and they're locked up for 3 years. So in 3 years, we can have a small token sale, raise a bit more money. We hope that the tokens are worth quite a bit more then, and we'll raise more money then. But right now is really important, the time that you can stop looking at this broadcast right now and go to my Ether wallet and set up a new one. In fact, if people want me to share my screen, I could show how, well, I can just tell you how I do it. I get a secure note that I use in 1Password, and you could do this in a Word document. You make up a very complex password, lots of gobbledygook around it, like 50, 60, 70 characters is fine. You go to myetherwallet.com, you type that in, you keep all this in your Word file or a text file, and you go and type that into the My Ether wallet. I've done this 5 times today, so I have it down pretty well. You will then get a private key, which you copy and paste into your Word file and label it the private key. And then you'll use the private key to get the public address. Now you have an Ether address, you copy that into the file. You take that public address, you send it to yourself by email. That's what I do. Then I can get it on my phone. I pick it up by email. I copy and paste it. I go into my Jax wallet. I love the Jax wallet. It's so damn fast. It's just amazing. It's just blindingly fast and good. There's just no problems with it. And then I started the day with like 120 Ether, I think. Now I have 48 left. And you just send to that address. Let's say it's 10 Ether. Let's say it's 10 Ether's worth of tokens. You would send 10.01. So you have a bit of gas, right? So then the 10.01, then on your My Ether wallet, you go to send and send Ether and tokens, I think. Log in again with your private key. And there in My Ether wallet, you'll see at some point those Ether. You type in the contract address, which you can get from your newsletter. You've used it before. And then you say 10, a little bit of gas, not too much. 15 Gwei is fine. Whatever the wallet gives me for gas, that's what I use. And you buy your tokens and you're done. You can do that anytime in the next 2 hours. It is not difficult, and it's impossible to do 3 hours from now. I will now turn it over to Michael to give us some statistics from the token sale over the last 60 hours.
Guys, can we just check for a second whether the video is still working? Because I'm hearing it on Zoom, but I'm not sure it's being broadcasted to YouTube. I see the audio going up, but I don't see the video.
The screen's gone blank.
Yes, I have that too here.
It says 32.
Somehow Zoom is not
on YouTube.
cooperating.
Yeah,
No,
it's on
Do we think that it's not broadcasting on YouTube then?
It's
we are now, I'm switching it back now. Okay, I think it should be working again.
it's a few seconds behind, but so we just have to wait.
So did they get what I just said, or should I'll say it again, I don't care, and then Michael can go to the statistics.
Say it again, because
yeah, we're live again. Yep.
We're live again. Welcome.
They missed a big part.
Welcome from the control room, our live webcast of the last couple of hours of our Ether-based pillar token sale. Today is Monday, the 17th of July. Our sale has been live for almost 60 hours. And I say a couple of hours because it's not timed in minutes and seconds. It's actually timed in blocks on the Ethereum blockchain. And you guys a little more quiet, please. And we don't estimate we don't know exactly. So we estimated before the sale what the block would be. And it turns out that we have some more time. We have about 2 more hours. And that's enough for you to stop paying attention to this broadcast and go buy some more Pillar tokens. I'm going to tell you how to do that and why. Okay. So first of all, why? There are 528 million tokens available in this sale. Quite a few have been sold. Michael will tell you about that in a minute. And there are still more tokens available. They are priced at 0.0005 Ether each. And after the end of this sale, in a couple more hours, when this smart contract turns off, essentially, no more of those tokens will not be available for 10 years. They will go on ice for 10 years. They'll be locked on the blockchain for 10 years. That's a long time for an open source project to not get at its tokens. And that was to make sure that everyone knows they're off the market. So right now is the time to buy more Pillar tokens. Myself, I have bought about 80 Ether worth of Pillar tokens today for friends and family. People who I trust, I say, look, if you want 10 or 20 Ether worth of tokens, just tell me now and I'll go buy them. And then you set up your account. Do you need me, Tomer?
I'm just saying that I have maybe 20K on the way, exactly this way.
For me to do?
Yeah, for us to buy to some friends, and then they will reimburse
but
us.
You want me to do it?
Yeah.
With my Ether.
I can
do it. I can do it. I'm just going to have to stop talking pretty soon and go do it. Okay.
All right. I'll tell you when the confirmation is getting on the phone.
All right. So this is what we're doing. Okay. Because these tokens will go on ice. This is what you can do. Okay. You can go to your friends or even not and forget about your friends. You can just buy some. And then afterwards, because the sale's over in two hours, buy 10 or 20 Ether worth, whatever. And then, go to your friends, family, and say, do you want some of these pillars? And you can get them to replace you and repay you in ETH. I'm so sorry. It's way too loud. Sorry. So get them to then repay you in Ether, and that gets more tokens purchased. And I want to tell you why that's important. Because this is an open source project, the Pillar project, and if you're watching this, you believe in it. What helps us the most now is to get the most money, which reduces the risk of the project, right? So the more money we have, the more people we can hire and the longer we can go, because an open source project has no business model. We are going to build our product and try to raise the value of the whole ecosystem over the next couple of years. And it will be 3 years before we'll have any tokens out of the treasury to sell. That means we have to exist on what we get now, and we have to be careful with it. Not only manage our money, but manage our currency risk for the next at least 3 years, at which time we hope that pillars are worth far more, and then we'll sell some of those small remaining token from the treasury that we have to raise a bit more money. We don't have so much, and it's really important to do everything we can. That's why we've been working so hard. All these people here, and you're going to meet all of them soon, have been working so hard. But frankly, instead of meeting everybody and spending time here, it's better for you now to go to, I'm going to just tell you how to do it, myetherwallet.com. Here, myetherwallet.com. And I've got a 6-year-old pestering me here. And set up a new wallet. You know how to do that, I assume. And if you don't, you can follow the instructions. What I do is get out a Word file or a text file, and I make up a new very complicated password that's 50, 60 characters long, lots of gobbledygook in there. And then I paste that into myetherwallet.com. I get then a private key, which I cut and paste into my Word file and say, this is the private key. I go back. I use that to go to buy tokens and Ether, I think, or send. I think it's send tokens and Ether at the top. Log in again with your private key. Now you can see the address. Now you take the address, you also put that in your text file, and you send it to yourself by email. I've sent myself a bunch of addresses. I made 5 or 6 wallets today. You open up your email here, and here's one. Here's an, it's a, oops. I have a bunch of them. And you send yourself the email, what the address is, and then you go and you copy it. I use the Jax wallet on my phone, which I love. The Jax wallet is just amazing. You copy it from email, and then you go over to the Jax wallet, and you've got that address copied. You put it into your Jax wallet with a send request. Send, you put it in here. So you send that wallet. I usually send like 10.1 Ether. And then I tell my friend, hey, you owe me 10.1 Ether because that helps pay for the gas. Send the money. It's there in the wallet. You verify it. Then you can put in the smart contract address that you have from our email or our website, pillarproject.io. On the purchase page, you find the smart contract address. And then you just engage that with about 15 GUE is what I've been using all day. You don't need so much. And whatever the recommended amount of gas limit, I never touch that. And send 10 Ether, 20 Ether. Then you've got them. Then you've got the pillars, and you've saved them from the icy colds from going to Siberia for 10 years, which is great. And then do whatever you want with them. Keep them, give them, sell them to friends. If you sell them to friends, do not let them give you cash. Do not let them give you cash. Technically, that makes you a money trader. And you don't want to be a money trader. That requires a license in most countries. So you then tell them, it's okay, take your time. Go get yourself 10 Ether, whatever the price of Ether is. It's up to them. And send you the 10.1 or 20.1 Ether back to the Jax wallet. So I've got it back. And then you just send that person his or her. What I do is I just send them the private key of the wallet, and they don't have to do anything. Boom, it's done. They have the wallet. Don't have to touch it. Or you could send them the tokens using it, when they get their own MyEther wallet, just give you the address, you send them their pillars. So you can stop watching this right now. We got a lot of very charming, well-groomed people to meet tonight. And it's going to be a funny and silly show, I think. And we're probably going to close this thing out in a couple of hours, and you're welcome to stay. And I will stop talking soon, which I know is a big disappointment. But I want you to know that now is the time, and you can just ask friends, family, if they would like some pillars. I'm going to hand it over to our MC of the night. That's Michael Messele. He is going to give us a rundown of what has happened over the last 60 hours. Here, Michael. Welcome, Michael. We can't hear you at all. You're going to have to unmute.
Yes, it would help. I'm always on mute and talking to myself with that. Thank you, David. Just the stats I can give you so far. You can see it at the bottom of the screen anyway, but what we have is, I can start from the pre-sale. On the pre-sale, we sold 20,000 worth of Ether from 1,540 transactions, unique transactions, that is, and there were in excess of 2,000, no, more than that actually. There were in excess of 4,434 transactions attempted, meaning around 2,000 of them after the pre-sale was completed. And in the main ICO, we have so far managed to raise close to 93,000 Ethers and pretty much 92,900. And they have been achieved over 11,717 transactions. From our rough calculation, we're talking about 9,000 unique or individual separate different wallets being involved, 9 to 10,000. So it has been quite a broad ICO sale as opposed to other ones that have 1 or 2 big wells closing it up. So hence we say pillar token is the people's token. So now I think it's best if I introduce you the team one by one and they can tell us. And from the screen I can see, I can start from the top right next to me. Toma, can you hear me? If you can introduce yourself to our supporters and fans, please.
Yes. Hi. I'm sorry. I'm selling some additional tokens in the meantime. So you were mentioning, I'm sorry, Michael, you mentioning
just tell us who you are. What is your role in this project?
So as you probably got, I'm involved, mainly on the sales, business development, and partnership part of the business. Meaning that I spoke with a lot of buyers, token buyers, large ones, smaller ones. I was managing also the pre-sale, a very chaotic pre-sale in the beginning, until we realized that we didn't have necessarily the right approach. So we systematized everything. Everything was on the go. But it was a very fun experience to work with everybody and really try to understand, what are the most important, I would say, issues that people were actually attracted by this project. What is appealing in this project for that, and we received the great thing about that was that we were able to grow very quickly a very nice community.
Okay, we're back online. I put it a little bit lower video quality because my poor MacBook is getting overheated just encoding what we want to encode.
Stream resumed. We can go back.
Stream is back?
Yep.
Great.
Okay, we've just lost quite a lot of people. From nearly 200, we've gone down to 39.
Oh, wow.
That's crappy, but yeah, what can we do?
If the countdown is getting in the way, just get rid of it.
I think it's more smooth now, but I can get it also out. But just the rendering of all the counts in the video with all the other stuff, it was too much. I think it's more smooth now, but it was on a pretty high quality.
Okay, I think we're slowly building back up. So if Toma can just finish off what you were saying, we'll move on.
I'm trying to. I would like to. To get us some more tokens. So I'll if you don't mind, I'll come back to.
Yeah, we'll talk later.
Yeah.
All right. Cool. I can move on to Ron. Ron is right next to you on the screen.
Sure.
Hi, Ron. If you can just introduce yourself and tell us your role in the project, please. Thank you.
Sure. I'm Ron Kreitzer. I got involved about 3 or 4 weeks ago with this. Just as a volunteer, just found it online and said, hey, this looks like a good deal to get involved with. And I've been involved with the content, helping out on the content on the website and some newsletters and some background for some of the articles that have been written. So I anticipate being involved in a lot more stuff. Who knows what that'll be, but I'm just jumping in wherever.
Brilliant. That's nice to hear. And I'll move on to Tina right next there. So Tina, if you can tell us.
Thanks, Michael. My name is Tina Fotherby and I run a small PR company not far from London. I have a team of people who've been working on the Pillar project now for, well, probably, I'd say it's been inside our head now for about 6 weeks. And we've been in discussion with David actually since he gave a talk in London when I knew it was a cold, wintry day. So it was a few months ago. And And what drew us to the project was David's wisdom and Michael's gentle nature. Michael's also from London, so it's nice that we've, it's great to know that we've got somebody nearby to speak to when we need to. And then the vision has been incredible. So we've got to know Toma and Jack on social media, Rudy and Ron, the whole team. We've got to know through a community, actually through work. So what's amazing is that I thought to myself, I run my business, so I'm in a fortunate position. I just have to answer to myself and to my clients. But I thought, well, rather than spend too much time marketing and trying to get our business out there, why don't I invest that same time on the Pillar Project, working with people who we really like and respect? And that's what we've done, although we've completely blown it by getting really, really stuck in, and Pillar has taken over our lives actually over the past week. So I actually had, I'm sure I'm not the only one, I've had 4 hours sleep for 3 days in a row. My washing and ironing is obscene. It's just been left. If I turned this camera around, you'd see a very, very messy table, just piled up with stuff, but I haven't even tidied it up. But actually it's been worth it, because what's been created is a community. And I should say my main role with my team, with Adam, Betteridge and Stephen, has been to get the message out to journalists. And because of the timescale being very, very compressed, we've used a lot of press releases to get the message out there, which is challenging, because in an ideal world, you give everyone an exclusive and you give them a special angle. But this has been so fast that we haven't been able to do that. But what's fantastic is the wisdom from David is well received by journalists, because David's a writer. He's written the Pull book and various others. All of David's backstory has been fantastic for us to communicate, because that's what's really helped the credibility of the whole campaign. I should also say, though, that we're very much future looking, and the vision is there, and we've been able to communicate that. And what's struck me is that people really, really buy into the whole concept of the personal data locker. And that is awesome. And I think somebody mentioned it earlier, freedom, really that's what we're about. So the irony is that we've been working like slaves for the last week or so, but in the name of freedom, and we've absolutely loved every minute of it. And
one second, sorry, I have to do a bit of business. Tomer, can you tell me exactly, because there's kind of no such thing as $50,000 worth. It's in increments of 17,500, 600. So if you want 3 of those, that's like $52,000.
No, it's 17.
More or less.
It's 15, 1-5.
Oh, so can it? Oh, really? Oh, so is $17,600, $17,700? Is that okay or not?
I'll ask.
Because that's an even number of ether.
How many ether is it?
It's 10 ether. It's 10 ether. Actually, I can do that from my other wallet. I thought you wanted $50,000.
No, I wanted 50,000, but he said he confirmed the 15, 1-5.
Oh man, come on now. Look, I appreciate everything. I appreciate absolutely every token, but 50,000 is better.
Sure.
And
please understand.
It's easy enough. You drop a 1, you add a 0. It's not a big deal.
Please understand that this is our last occasion in 10 years, people. Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, Tina.
And otherwise, by the way, we can't hire the Ethiopian people. And so please.
How many are there?
Or the Polish people. The Polish people will not get jobs. So please, ladies and gentlemen, find room in your heart to send 10 Ether to your My Ether wallet and pick up some pillar tokens now to help the people who are so good at their jobs.
By the way, I think they're listening to you. Quite a lot of transactions pending as we speak. So,
okay.
So am I allowed to finish?
Yes, you are.
Go ahead.
So, as you can see, David is extremely focused, and he's a walking, talking, living example of a one-man band.
No.
Megatron Bond villain. No, I'm only joking. So seriously, the apologies for that.
A token villain.
Okay, David, go for 10 Ether.
Yeah.
All right.
So seriously, guys, just wanted to say that basically looking forward, our next press release is going to be announcing the number of Ether sold tokens, the token quantity, and obviously that's a very, very exciting news piece. We'll be putting that press release out late tonight or early tomorrow, and that news is really to focus on the success of the pillar token sale. So very, very exciting, and looking forward to that very much. So it's going to be a bit of a long night, but certainly I need my sleep, and I'm sure I'm not the only one.
Brilliant.
Tomer, hold on.
Yes.
Tomer, you understand, the other person understands that he's going to repay me in Ether no matter what the price of Ether is, right?
Yeah.
Whatever the price of Ether, that's all I want back, right?
Okay.
Not shekels.
It's actually in the US, but okay.
Not dollars.
Okay.
Okay.
No,
all right.
No dollars.
I'm pulling the trigger right now. 10.
Oh.
I've been using like 10 Gwei all day. It's working great. It's nice.
Cool. The next person I would introduce you is our own Max Pokham. Max.
Good.
Tell us what your role on the project is and about yourself.
Good. Can you hear me?
I can hear you just a little bit closer to the microphone so that we can hear you even more clearer.
Yeah. So this was such a surprise. So I first was introduced on this project when I listened to a talk that David was giving on Bright Talk. That was about 6 weeks ago, or a bit more. And for me, it was the time for the personal data locker. That is, I'm really interested in how people will get their freedom back and have access to their own personal data and have complete control over it. For me, it's kind of, the motivation was really, really strong when I saw this on the presentation that David gave. And when I started working on the Slack, I found myself with very knowledgeable people, some kind of enthusiasm that was around, and people can just pick whatever they want, they can do and do. And this way, I was able to contribute a bit on the website, a bit on the payment that we had to design for the token purchase. So it's kind of, I see that there is some energy in the team that always can be blown up with it. So for instance, over the month of June, I actually was spending more time helping on the project than on my daily job, spending nights and doing things. So I found it was really interesting. And the key moment was I met with David in Monaco. So he was giving a talk there. And this was a time when I found I was working with the right people, very knowledgeable people. And this was an opportunity for me both to learn and at the same time doing something which is really positive in terms of freedom and protection of personal information. So I'm looking forward to continue this venture with you guys. So I'm really excited. And I was kind of a bit skeptical also. I wasn't sure how well we will be doing the sale. how it will be. And I spoke to friends of mine back in Africa, and they were even more excited than I was. So I kind of share the enthusiasm with them. So we probably will be. I had a couple of friends who are investing in this project, and maybe a few who will come to see us in Slovakia. So we keep going, and I'm always excited, and I'm sure we're doing the right thing anyway. So that's it.
Thank you very much, Max.
Michael, I have a proposal with 2 minutes to go. Maybe we can have a little bit of update from Partha if it will really be 2 minutes or some more.
Okay.
Whenever you're ready, Partha.
Yeah, I believe we have another hour and a half to go. So 1.5 hours more.
Okay.
Why is it 1.5 hours? What changed?
The average mining block has reduced. Average time to mine a block is around 19 seconds now. So I estimate around 1.5 hours, maybe.
So because of the mining change, you're saying the time fluctuates.
Yeah.
So our cell time is not per block time, it's per hour. So that's why it is fluctuating.
Yeah. That's right. Yeah.
So it's not just Ethereum volatility against the dollar.
No. Definitely not that.
Okay. Jacek, you wanted to add something?
Yeah, guys, I want to introduce you my mother and my sister.
Hello.
Best regards from Poland. I just informed this beautiful bunch that we have some more blocks to mine, so the token sale would last for a little longer. Apparently, they don't understand what it's all about, and I have the same problem for the month before. But now I'm third month in charge of all social media efforts from Pillar and from 2030, and it's been a fantastic adventure so far. Very inspirational time and very big journey to the future with all this stuff that is going on here. I will talk something more later, because now I have to tweet that sale is not over and you can still buy some pillars. So I hope you understand it.
By the way, there was a question for David. I think Reina Alfonso was asking, I can't make it to Slovakia. Will the conference be broadcast live?
We will try. We have there in Poprad organized 2 meeting rooms. One of them is called the press room. So I believe that, by calling it press room, they probably have some equipment that has to do with broadcasting. I obviously cannot commit because I've never been to Poprad, so I don't know. But I do hope that it's there, because I know perfectly that there are a lot of people that cannot come to Poprad, unfortunately. If you can, please come, because it's an open event. We would like to have as many people as possible. We're going to be there about 100 people, if not 150. So way more than expected. If you need any information, contact me by email, and I will send you some basic information about the place, and some links to hotels and close by Airbnbs. And we will try to make it that everything is broadcast and everything is available to the people who were not able to come.
Thank you. I think on my screen, the next person I can see is Ralph. Can you tell us what your role is on this project, and a little bit about yourself, please.
I have to unmute on my phone. Okay. So yeah, I'm actually a person that has a long background in enterprise environments. I'm usually working at customers on a contract basis for a number of months, sometimes longer, sometimes shorter. And I'm involved in many things from functional design, technical design, architectural design, even higher solution design. But mostly it's large corporations, 100,000 people or more, and they're using IT service management software that I set up, configure, whatever. And on the side I do startups, helping them out where they need to in all kinds of ways, finding myself useful and trying to get myself kicked out of my comfort zone. And that's how I ended up on the gray paper of David, I think, which was still a draft back then. I ended up in our Slack. I saw the video from 2010 about semantic data, personal data locker project. And those things, they just clicked in my brain. I fell in love. I immediately understood how it works with the blockchain and why David had a hard time trying to realize it until we had the blockchain. So it just clicked. I got really excited. Of course, I had my doubts too. It's a very, very ambitious project, but what can I say? I like a challenge, and I think everybody on our team does. And so far, I've only been impressed with everybody, including myself, doing stuff that, you have a problem, everybody tries to solve it, nobody points fingers, and we're moving mountains every day. And I think it shows in the number of mistakes that we're making, because it's not very accurate in everything. A lot of the communication mistakes, really, if they say blame the intern, they're actually blaming me. But we're doing our best. We're getting better. I think after the token sale, the percentage of mistakes per newsletter will drastically go down. And we have some more concentration then. And I hope that our video feeds will be better. But that's about it for me. I just jump in where I can and having a blast. And actually, we're having success. So what can be better, right?
Thank you, Ralph. And we have our own rogue warrior, Rugi. Tell us about yourself in your role. And our YouTube maestro.
Hi, everybody. My name is Rugi Karamahanga. I guess my internet name, Rogue Warrior. I'm really excited to be part of this project. I've been working on social media and influencer marketing, working closely with Michael and Jack and Tina, Tomer, everybody. And for me, my journey to get here kind of started back in, I think, 2011, when I first heard of Bitcoin from watching Max Kaiser report, and sounded fascinating, the concept of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. But for the longest time, since I'm not a coder or anything like that, I felt that I couldn't really get into the business, or there's no space for me. But just kind of kept an eye on it, and then I finally realized that there's room for people who can market, who can communicate, and who have different skills. And my skills could be help bring it more mainstream. And then this opportunity came along to volunteer, with Pillar Project. I wasn't expecting anything. I just wanted to get my foot in the door and see what happens. And then I was able to use the past things that I've done with influencer marketing to kind of get our word out, get some broad-based support with different people that bring a lot of credibility to us. And I think it's helped a lot with what we're doing. So I'm really happy, to get the message directly to the people, without a filter, and, build like a real broad-based support so we can bring this product to the mainstream. Yeah, that's about all.
Thank you. and we have our smart contract guru Partha. I've kind of hinted what he does, so tell us what you wrote.
Thanks for that, Michael. I'm definitely no guru, but I'm learning a lot. I've been an open source enthusiast for since my student days, and I've always been a fan of Richard Stallman. So back in college days, if somebody told me that it's Linux, I used to get upset and I used to correct them. No, it's GNU Linux. And around a couple of months back, I saw David's video on Pull on LinkedIn, I believe, and that got me hooked into it. And I was also looking at finding an open source solution to the data security issue and data privacy. And blockchain was again a hot thing at that time, and it all kind of came together, and I got involved, and it was really nice experience. And I had a real nice time over the past 2 months developing and getting involved in this team. And yeah, it was really amazing. And I hope to contribute more to the Pillar wallet in the coming days. Thank you.
Thank you, Partha. And
wait, Partha.
Yeah.
Can you hear me? What do you have on numbers on purchases lately? Transactions, last half hour, anything?
Yeah. The current on the main sale, we have got 93,456 Ether.
Yeah, the last 30 minutes or so what's the activity recently?
Just give me a minute. Yeah.
Pin only shows us the 6 minutes, so it's been a little bit busy.
We have had a few big ones. There's 130 Ether transactions that came through.
Yeah, but in the last
30 minutes?
15 minutes, yeah, last 15 minutes, it's around average of 8 Ether per transaction.
Oh, one of them was mine. I just did a 10.
All right, okay.
But so just like in aggregate over the last 30 minutes, how many Ether have we collected?
David, just send you something.
Michael, do you have a number? I have not been aggregating over.
I would say somewhere between 300 to 350 Ether over the last 30 minutes. I've been watching the number go up.
That's great.
There were a couple of, they said there was one transaction that came for close to 130. There was another one that was about 100 that I saw that it scrolled off the screen right now, so we can't see it, but I did see it. I do remember seeing it go by in the last 30 minutes.
Cool.
Nice. So let's keep up the momentum. Let's keep our pillar audience. Go to your phones. Go to your carrier pigeons, telegrams.
We have
Pony Express.
We have some phones that aren't ringing. Yes.
Yes, some phones are not ringing. And Jerry Lewis, you're not going to believe this. We actually asked Jerry Lewis. We asked his office because somebody knows his office. Somebody at his office. We actually asked his office 2 days ago if he would join us, and they said sorry, he's too busy or something. But we tried, and the same guy also tried to get Penn and Teller. And we didn't have enough time for Penn and Teller. Sorry about that.
Love those guys.
Yeah, that would have been fun, huh? To do a live stream with Penn and Teller.
As long as they don't make Ether disappear.
That would have been fun, but we didn't get it.
That number does not, Tina, to answer the question, that does not include the pre-sale. The 93.4 is not included. That's another 20K on top of that when you add in the pre-sale.
I have just added it, written it as well. So in that case, while we're at it, Mike Shea is the go-to man for everything that needs to be done, whether it is email duties, statistics, anything, is the go-to man. So tell us about yourself and your role in the project, please, Mike.
Sure. Michael Shea. I'm probably the newest, maybe one of the newer ones. I've been following the project for probably about a month, maybe 5 weeks. I saw, David, one of your papers, and I can't remember if it was through LinkedIn or Medium or wherever. I was impressed by some of the comments with it because I've been following the crypto space probably since about 2013. I think my first exposure was Russ Roberts interviewing Wences Caceres, who's the founder of Zappos, and he sparked my curiosity, and been following it since 2013-ish, around then. The last couple of years, spending a lot more time here I'm located in Vienna, Austria, with the Ethereum crowd here in Vienna, very active meetup community here with a lot of folks coming through, from Vitalik Buterin to all sorts of different folks that are active in the community. So it's been quite fascinating.
Wait, do you know Stefan Karpiszek?
I may know him to say I'm not great with all the names. I may know I know Ralph Pichler, Andreas Karen here in both the Bitcoin.
Stefan is doing insurance on Ether risk. Insurance. He probably presented at one of your meetups.
I think he did in the last 2 or 3 weeks, and that was one of the ones that I could not make.
Okay. Well, he was a founder of 2030.
Okay.
And then we were not able to raise money, and he went off to do Ether risk, and we built the token factory.
Yep.
And then came onto Pillars. So he's great. You should meet him sometime.
Okay, I will, because that was I forget, there was one that had a conflict. I think there's another group that I'm a part of, a business group here, and I think we had a meeting at the Austrian a presentation at the Austrian Foreign Ministry on the 65th anniversary of the Canadian and Austrian relations. So it was one of those things where you don't necessarily turn it away.
How long have you been living in Vienna, Mike?
2 years.
Okay. I have something just came in. A note just came in. Congratulations to the Pillar team. The price of your token is steady and strong. There's no dumping. It's going to be exactly what you wish for. No whales and a huge community of excited users. Slow and steady wins the race. People are speaking highly of your team in Ether Delta forums. Now, Ether Delta turns out to be an important place for us, and it's an exchange where you could buy and sell Pillar tokens because it's P2P. Nobody owns it. It's open source. And the price is holding steady, he says. And he says, we just have much respect. People are speaking highly of your team in the forums. And Joe Realist News has good words for you this morning on his video blog. Have a great time in Slovakia. So really nice.
So it's great news. I mean, it's been I've really enjoyed working with this crowd for the last, real heavily over the last 3 days, but probably starting just around the pre-sale is when I really started to get involved in, I think, helping out Michael initially on the deluge of email communications that started coming in. Just before the pre-sale, I think it was, Michael, right, when Joe released his video, and all of a sudden an avalanche of emails came into info@pillar.io. So I've been manning, for these events, I've been really playing sort of a utility player, helping out wherever help is needed, helping a lot on responding to emails, getting people answers on why the tokens aren't showing up in wallets, or many different other things. So a lot of really nice comments coming in, which has been great to share with the team. My background is sort of a varied background of IT and software and hardware, and organizational management as well. I started my programming career writing machine control software, turning motors on, doing what I like to say, software that can hurt you, physically hurt you, turn a motor on at the wrong time and you can cut someone's finger off, to then shifting over to the pure data side of payment systems, enterprise systems in customer engagement, data quality, geolocation, and up to fairly recently running a software consulting agency that covered North and South America. But this team, I started watching the Slack, David. I asked for an invite to the Slack, the two Slack channels, was watching it. I was impressed by the comments. And then when, I forget what the specific incident, but then it was the other part that really impressed me was the cultural values.
Probably we needed help now. That's probably what did it.
That was one part, but it was actually, it was I forget the exact context, but it was the willingness to maintain the cultural values of the team when faced with a decision of, do we go for the grab or do we maintain our cultural values? And it was the maintenance of the cultural value. If the decision had been to go for the grab, I don't know if I would have raised my head, because I was like, okay, then it really isn't any different than anybody else, right? Which is I think been key, and I think that's what the community is saying. That's good. The difference here, right? So you're always faced with, and we never know when you're faced with those sources of temptation. Everybody is watching, and if you go for the grab, they don't say anything. An awful lot of people will never say anything to you, but they'll disappear or they'll go quiet. And this team hasn't taken those opportunities. They've done what I believe is the right thing. So that's what's really drawn me to this team.
Well, that's brilliant. Thanks, Mike. And we have another guest now. Well, someone who does all this work doing business development. So Yogesh, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you loud and clear. Hi, team.
So please, you're live on YouTube live streaming. So tell us what you do within Pillar and tell us about yourself, please.
Well, we started this journey last year when I still remember my first interaction with David, and something I felt, there was something special, very special about David, There was a very, very great inspiring spark within him, and that really got me enthusiastic about blockchain. I had no financial background. I was doing growth hacking in India and with some startups in around Canada and Singapore. But this topic of blockchain really got me excited. And then we started working together. I started learning more. David was very, very, very helpful. With folded hands, he's one of my best gurus in my life. And even I highly regard him greatly. We started working on it. Initially, I still remember those days, when we approached big companies, Tata, Wipro, and all those people. They were not well receptive towards this particular ideas. But still, we hung on. We never gave up. We kept on working hard. We kept on fighting each day. There were many obstacles and many challenges. We still kept on believing in each other's ability and kept on having faith. That no matter what, we're still going to make it happen. And started working on it. We had plans for 2030. We interacted a lot. We met in London. He shared many beautiful things about life, about business, how to conduct yourself, what is blockchain, idea behind it, what is his vision. And the one thing which really blew my mind was this personal data locker. I have read his book as well. And imagine a decade ago, someone said that, this is the thing which we can do or develop. People would have been like, oh, this is crazy, this is not possible. Nobody will give you funds for this. This is impossible. But today, we kept on believing and we did our best and we achieved it. It's quite incredible. And I really thank each one of you. The team has been very, very inspiring, motivating, being there for each other, backing each other. staying awake up all night during this ICO. I am like really hats off to you all, hats off to your spirit, and let's keep the torch burning. And journey has just started. The battle has just begun, and long way to go. And hope with this project will touch lives of people around the world and make a huge, huge, huge difference.
Thank you very much, Yogesh. So I suppose I have to say a little bit about myself. I'm Michael Masala, and I'm the ICO project manager, or the coordinator, or the person that just is on the Slack watching things and communicating. So it's been a pleasure working with this bunch of people and quite a lot of other people that aren't on this channel right now, but that have contributed at one point or another. So my hats off to the whole lot of you for your dedication, honesty, and hard work. And I think if David, you have anything to say, something to say, please, I'll pass it on to you. MC Michael is done, I think. David can't hear me, I think.
Do you have a hammer, Michael?
Michael, a thank you to you is also in place. You've also done an amazing job, and none of us could have done this without you.
Thank you.
That's true. Very true.
I don't.
To me, it was the best ICO ever.
Well, to me, it was the best ICO ever as well, because this is the only one I've been involved in.
Exactly. Same for me.
Let's get not into details.
But it was an awesome learning experience, guys. I mean, the things that we had to learn over the past month or so, condensed, I think it is indescribable for me anyway.
And the ICO is just a part. There's so much adventure still to come, but it was a really awesome ICO.
Exactly. Getting the support and connecting with our user base is one thing, and we have to be able to deliver what our vision says. So there's a lot more hard work in front of us, ahead of us, but I'm sure we can pull it off.
Definitely, like you said, Michael, I think that the best thing about the ICO is the people that we've got to touch and interact with. And, you know, it's more, you know, the 10,000 people in our, you know, contact list is worth much more than any amount of money, you know, in moving this project forward, because, you know, with the power of the people, you can do anything.
Sorry, I was reading the comments. I didn't hear the last bit.
I said, with the power of the people, you can accomplish anything. So now that we have the people behind us, you know, just can make everything go a lot better, you know, and that pressure and, you know, responsibility that they give us is something that, you know, we cherish, and, you know, we're going to do our best to, you know, make it happen.
No doubt. Thomas?
I want to say a huge thank you here to some of the video bloggers and the bounty people, and, you know, all these people that really helped us propagate the, you know, this thing. That was huge and really important in passing the message. And it was really, really nice to see that a lot of people are kind of thinking the same way, and everything is kind of, you know, being articulated around this idea. And additionally, another thing that is important, I mean, to me personally, is to see that that this is taking, actually, it starts to be built. So, you know, we have, you know, David has been talking about that since 20 years, and right now it's happening. So, I said it many times. It takes 20 years to become an overnight success. We're not an overnight success yet, as I said before. It's only beginning now. But at least we have, thanks to you, and those who are seeing us and listening to us, you know. So we'll hopefully make it happen and make it a great success, thanks to you. and make sure that it's really successful for all of us.
I think, do we conclude our live transmission now, or?
What?
David, can you hear me?
Yeah.
We can
What?
stay around and just see. First of all, I think it's not really finished, or did we reach the block yet? A second, we can answer questions, right?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, there's a bunch of questions here.
Then, by all means, let's do that.
What?
By all means, let's. Can I hit me?
Questions, questions. So
yeah, Mike, what you did the other day, you were picking out some comments, questions, things like that, and we're mentioning it on the show. I thought it was a really good approach.
Awesome, I'll do that then. From the top, let me start.
Hey, wait a minute. Did Yogesh get to say hi?
Of course he did. Yeah.
Yes, he did.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I've been busy. Okay, good.
Quite a lot of the comments today. Let's see. Buying some more now. If you're not talking, please mute your mic. Okay, we will. I think that point was received well earlier on, so. Doubled my initial buy and got 3 more to buy some of the last minute, which I should get more, but I'm maxed out. That's Ayman Abdallah. Thank you, Ayman. David Dawson. He says, David has got a great name. Just because he's your namesake, I think. And Euro Buddha says, give me freedom, give me pillars. That's the way to go, Euro Buddha. I think you sound more like Jack or Jacek.
Go for it. Last minute before 10 years, yeah?
Then Connor Sullivan says, I can't make me sell my pillar, holding long term. That's exactly the way to go, Connor. Exactly. DH, hold and go long is my crypto motto. Indeed, DH, we are in for the long haul. As you can see, we haven't got a lot of, but not pretty much 1 or 2, if that, if you can call them whales, people approaching 2,000 ethers. Apart from that, it is the everyday person. Hence, pillar is the token of the people. Aluxiot. No, El Lucky Shot. Okay, El Lucky Shot. Whoops, I thought it was one name, El Lucky Shot. CHC and pillar are holding for life. Indeed.
Do you see what one banky said? He's asking where can we get the Pillar Team bobblehead dolls? Have they gone into manufacturing yet?
I think that's probably a question for Thomas. He was looking at, he was in charge of the shopping for the website. So
the what regarding the T-shirt?
Ralph, is it the T-shirt or bubble hat? He said bubble hat, I think.
Bubblehead, you know, those little wiggly dolls, or actually I should say action figures before anybody gets offended, but you know, where they just go like this and you have them from Star Wars and whatnot. So there should be some of the Pilarista team, apparently. I think it's cool with matching T-shirts, maybe, you know, some uniforms.
We'll figure it out.
Uniforms, not unicorns.
And not yet unicorns.
Aren't we the unicorns?
We will be.
By the way, this was a comment earlier on when David and Thomas were discussing the 50,000 or 15,000. Ayman Abdallah says, don't we all wish we had 50,000 to invest? Smile. And how about, I will pass this one over. I'm not going to say this one. If you guys want to, you can read the comments, but I'm not saying this one. All of you on the live stream are great. Thank you. That's Elizabeth Mapplebeck. Thank you, Elizabeth. So, what's the next one? The next one is I may be fooled by that. All the ether I had to into your project, 16.6. Mike Dolcia Mascolo. You're not a fool at all, Mike. You will be proven right when we pull it off, and we will pull it off. So Spectra, okay. Oh, so Spectra Grow Light dropped 34.4. Awesome. Will Ray Muffler says, will our tokens be worth more because less was sold during the ICO? Anyone wants to take that on? Any taker? Okay, I will answer it then. No,
Sorry, I didn't hear the question.
The question is from Ray Muffler. Will our tokens be worth more because less were sold during the ICO?
It's a good question. Scarcity, he means.
Yes. Well, the way it works is any unsold tokens are iced. Iced meaning they'll be locked in for 10 years. So in a way, it would work for token holders because once the token is being used to fuel the system, the open source system, there would be scarcity. As Ralph says, that scarcity means the price would appreciate for the next 10 years every time the wallet is being used as a gas. So yes, you would potentially stand to gain a lot more appreciation of the token value. Okay, next question. Okay, thank you, Mike. Thank you.
Guys, this is to you. Cheers to amazing, like, I don't know, weeks. I don't know what to frame anymore, but this is to you guys. Cheers to a long relationship altogether.
Oh, by the way,
people.
Ralph, I did see a comment that said, I think Ralph would bring the fun into the team. I'll get to it later on, but I think you're proving them right.
I didn't hear it properly, but yeah, tell me later.
No, there was a comment earlier on in the live channels that said, I think Ralph would bring the fun into the team. And I think you are proving them right.
I don't know. I've been having fun with all you guys, you know. It's the vibe that you have with people, right?
Okay, how about this from Michael Grau? I've been in some ICOs. This is the strangest control room. If anything, it is one unique company. Michael.
Definitely a compliment.
Have there been other control rooms? I'd be interested to compare.
I don't know. Please give us any feedback, guys, if there have been any control rooms. I have not seen either.
Because maybe there's going to be a control room contest, and we could go for some kind of a booby prize or something as one of the funniest or silliest or something. I don't know. So
would be the trendsetters for control rooms then? Okay, what else is there? Why the 10-year cold storage? Why not 5 years or 7? Indeed, William Billingsley. Why not 7 years? Why not 4 years? Why not 3 years? But the whole point is...
I can answer that.
Yep.
It should have been 7.
Why?
I'll tell you why. It's a good question. I've had a chance to think about it. The first thing that came to my mind was we should burn them. So I spend actually a lot of time with spreadsheets working on burning. And burning turns out to, in some sense, it's good. In some sense, it's bad. It messes up your cap table in a big way. So those pillar tokens might be worth a lot, but you can't get at them for a long time. So that's the same thing. And it doesn't alter your cap table, which is good. So I'm actually convinced that icing is the right thing. Now, we set aside smartly, and I think most ICOs should do this. We set aside 15% for liquidity and future sales, which is good. Those will most probably, because we've sold enough, I don't think we're going to need them for liquidity or what we call market making. So those will be on ice for 3 years. So assuming we do well with the project and really getting the good communication about how things are going and build a good community and people are developing for our platform, then 3 years from now, every pillar token will be worth about $6,000. Nobody laughs. Okay. Well, it'll be worth more than what it's worth today. I don't know how much it's going to be worth, but it's going to be worth something. And if it's worth, if it goes from 10 cents to $1, $2, $3, $5, we've seen what can happen to Ethereum in 3 years, something good, then the small number of tokens we've saved actually will turn out to be a pretty good number, and we'll be able to raise more money in 3 years. And so why the 7 years? Because then, and I didn't think we'd have any left, to be honest. So in 7 years, then that would be the right timing to go again, right? In case we needed to raise more money, we'd have some tokens, and those tokens would then be even more valuable. They'd be worth $80,000, $90,000 each. And then we could sell some of those and continue to finance the project by selling from the treasury. It could even be 6 years. And also, the market doesn't care between 3 years, 5 years, 6 years, the market doesn't care. But as you approach that year of the unfreezing, assuming things go well, it becomes a looming cloud of question. Now, what will happen to those tokens when they hit the market? And so the original thought was just put that question off and just put it into infinity, which is 10 years, and deal with it later. If I could do it again, I would do it maybe six or 7 years. But on the other hand, it's fine. We're going to make the value of this whole enterprise so big that in 3 years, we'll sell off a few tokens. It'll give us all that we need. Also, ideally, we do less and less of the work over time. Ideally, our community does, from 50% to 90 to 95% of the work, and we at the core don't need a huge staff. Eventually, what we need to do is really build a great community. And by the way, we're off to a great start at that.
So while you're at this one, I've got one question that's more relevant to you. Are you all folks moving to Switzerland, says Michael Grau? Did you get that? Are you all folks moving to Switzerland?
I heard David's got extra rooms.
Switzerland is great to live, but it's not great for startups because it's way too expensive.
Yeah.
Austria, same thing. London has the critical mass. London has the critical mass of blockchain.
Can I just say we've got a VIP on our channel. We have a number of VIPs on the channel actually, but we've got Sleepwoke. Sleepwoke is on the channel, is actually listening to this. And Sleepwoke is Aura, who is an awesome lady. And so Sleepwoke is online now. And I'm sure you'd want to say something to her, David.
I already left a comment on her video saying, "We love you. You're awesome. Wow, we just are so blown away by your sincerity, and you're just taking the initiative. This is what the Pillar movement is about. Take the initiative. Don't ask for permission. Get out there and do what you can do and what you think will help us. You're going to be a leader for us. You're in California, I believe. Is that right? I think she's in Silicon Valley.
That's what she said in her email. Yeah.
Where I lived for 20 years, and there's so much to do there. You know what? I'll just give you the challenge to take it up a notch. Go help us find anybody who's in Silicon Valley. Find us some sponsors, and we'll come and set up an innovation center, a blockchain innovation center in Silicon Valley, the likes of which they have never seen. We're gonna do innovation centers a lot differently than the kind of accelerator style that they have there. So we could come to Palo Alto and build some real community. in Redwood City and Mountain View and Sunnyvale and Los Altos and what's it called? Too many places that I used to just spend so many, Menlo Park and so many places that are just so great where the pillar and the 2030 community could really take off.
So that has pretty much answered the next question from Ayman Abdallah, who said, any plans to hold similar conference in the USA sometime in the future?
It's going to be a lot about events for us, and stick with us, watch our newsletter. You know, we need you in the United States to help put on our events, right? It's going to be a lot of volunteers, and we're asking people who are watching this right now and subscribing to our newsletter to get this grassroots movement going all around the world.
I'll tell something from about a year plus ago, when you know, in the first months of 2030, after we had the first kind of unsuccessful thing of fundraising, and then we launched that. David called the 2030 movement the movement of bootstrappers. Okay, now we kind of stepped a little bit back of that because it wasn't necessarily, but essentially that's what we're saying again and again and again, right? Take the initiative, take the initiative. This is a global movement. It's applicable to every corner of this planet, you know? So just take the initiative, be with us. It's gonna be a lot about open innovation. Come learn from us, bring it to where you are, find some sponsor, learn from us, and we will learn from you. It's a two-way street, and everybody learns from everybody. So, you know, it's only like that, and nobody is here to, you know, own anything. There is no like, you know, this is my IP, this is my idea. Everything is on the table. Everything is here to be shared, to be built together. And the reason is that that's the fascinating part about the blockchain in general, and Pillar is one of them, is that we have the economy of the token. So there is no there was no other moment in history better to launch open source movements. This is right now, we're living historical movement, you know, moments in history of being able to launch open source on a large scale, because it has the economy of the token attached to it. So just come be part of us and help us grow it worldwide.
Let me ask Partha. Partha, it's got to be 10, 11, 12, 2 something in the morning for you, right?
1:15, yeah. 1:15.
Well, yeah, sorry. Can you give us an update on the block time and latest activity?
I believe there's around another 90 blocks to go. So approximately 40 minutes here.
Okay. You can go to sleep if you know, I mean.
Wait,
or
so Partha, what time did you go last night to bed? What time did you go to bed? At what time? That was like, I don't know, it was late for us.
Yeah, I mean, probably 3:30 in the morning.
Wow.
Impressive effort.
Worth it.
Crazy.
And the next question was Euro Buddha. Given the success of the ICO, which exchange do you expect will list Pillars? Euro Buddha, I'm afraid we wouldn't be discussing the exchange details, as we've been advised not to be on their backs, so that they would list us. So we are working with quite a lot of them, but I'm afraid we're not going to say any names at the moment.
But we're going for the best, yeah? That's why we can't announce anything.
No doubt we're going for the best. What else is there? I love these people, says Paula. Paula, we love you as well. We really appreciate you tuning in to watch us.
You know what I realized, guys?
Paula, come meet us. Be with us, and we will learn from you.
I'm so glad to be a pillarista, says, oh, that is our own famous publicity.
So is it a pillarista or a pillarian?
Oh, a Pillarian.
Oh, nice. That's a nice one.
You take,
Michael. That's a nice one.
If you are in a Spanish-speaking country, pillarista. If you're not, maybe pillarian.
Sounds more artisan-ish.
What
Yes,
else?
yes. Slovakia, July 29 is David showing. Email me and I will email back the some information about Slovakia. Anyone who can come, it will be great. There are plenty of hotels there. There are plenty. The event is completely sold out for being there for the package that we have arranged. However, contact me. There are plenty of hotels, plenty of Airbnbs. So I've heard. Just come and be with us. Omer at 2030.com. Exactly.
No.io.
No, sorry. It's the hours. It's almost 11 o'clock here in Tel Aviv.
It's not 3:30 yet, is it?
Not yet.
Adnan Taj says, how can I join the Pillar Telegram chat? Yasek, Ralph, do you want to add anything to the Telegram chat, or should we invite him to our Slack once our ICO is over? Adnan, our ICO would be open.
For anyone that wants to join us in Slack or Telegram or whatever, Telegram, I think right now there's only a announcement channel. But for everybody who wants to join us, we are decentralized Slack alternative equivalent, actually even better since it's decentralized and open source. It is up and running. We just need to make it to expose it to the public, and hopefully that should all be done tomorrow, and then we can announce it in a new newsletter, and everybody can join there and see where they find their talents to use, where they want to contribute. Anything. It should be ready tomorrow, and we're gonna ditch the old Slack, so there's really no point in getting invited there. But tomorrow it should be open for all of you, the new community.
Brilliant, thanks. Scott Dutton, sending all the Pillar team good vibes to attack our new adventure. Thank you for the effort and the opportunity. Thank you so much, Scott. We really appreciate comments like this. It does encourage us.
Guys, an idea that I just had, because there's people who want to go to PopRad, but they can't. Maybe we can figure out a way to record the sessions, discussions, and things that we will have, and put them on a media archive. Maybe even do some live streams.
We're going live stream addicts now, so I think the path is here.
We are doing that. We will be doing that for sure.
You hear me? Connection dropping?
I hear, and we're also going to make a Pillar documentary to show the birth of a new movement and a new platform. And it's time pretty soon to start Pillar meetups in cities around the world. So you start with your Pillar meetup. The first Pillar meetup, you make a video of it. It's going to have 3 people in it, but you come back in 2 years. You're going to have standing room only for your Pillar meetup. So whoever's organizing, get started.
I'm sure I'll beat you guys to it. I would have landed Pillar meetup soon enough somewhere in Shoreditch.
I want one
myself.
Michael,
guys,
I want
we were going to get sleep back after the ICO.
No way.
The work begins now.
Michael, meet up in Ethiopia.
Say that again?
Meet up in Ethiopia.
Maybe, yeah. Maybe. Let's just stop this alone now. I'm live on air, so. What else? Is the ICO over now, says Ray Muffler? Not quite, because of the calculation of timing based on the blockchain. The way timing with the processing of each block it seems that it has gone a little bit longer. So there is still time. I think from what Partha said earlier on, it was 90 blocks, so it was about 40 minutes from about 10 minutes ago. So possibly there is another 30 minutes left.
Imagine explaining this to people on Twitter in 140 characters, yeah? This is what you have to get through. So I just cut the Partha part from Slack and pasted it because there's no time. There are some pillars to be bought.
And Elizabeth Mappelbeck says, one thing with ICOs is they do not have the people in place to do what they want to do. You guys do. And with the dollars, we'll get the rest. Thanks, Elizabeth. Our community is a vibrant community. So we've got a lot of talent in-house, and surely we would attract a lot more talent in various positions. So we would expect that to be the case.
It's another thing, basically.
And gender balance.
We do need that. At the moment, we've only got about 2-3 females on the team. So that's just so skewed. That should not be the case. I agree.
I think that was a good point also to add the way that we work also in terms of organization. You know, there is no boss here. Nobody is telling anyone what to do. And we work in, in some type of hive, being basically attracted to project and what needs to be done, pairing along the way. So it's a very, very bootstrappy, entrepreneurial kind of way to operate, which is exactly the point that was mentioned by Elizabeth, that, how do you guys kind of do it? How do you, people don't have in ICOs the talent to do it, and you guys have. We have done everything by volunteering. That's even the most surprising part. Nobody's here was getting paid. Everyone here is being rewarded on pillar tokens. Also, the cash that we have raised is we raised it based on pillar tokens, on future pillar tokens. So everything is, and it's a very, very interesting way of no management, no board of directors, just swarming and doing things because they need to be done and because people are passionate. And this is something that we would like to export all over the world. That's about freedom.
The entire project has been financed through the sale of pillar tokens that didn't exist until 2 days ago. The whole thing, all of our hard costs, all of our consultants that we had to pay. Most of our consultants just accepted pillars, maybe a little bit of cash and mostly pillars. But many people just are taking pillars and just want to be part of it. I just want to show you, I have made this many smart contracts, this many wallets in the last, I don't know, a couple of hours. 1, 2, 3. These are all about 10 to 20 ethers each. 4, 5, 6. This is 107, 8 wallets, probably 120 ether of tokens just to help my friends who can't, sign up and buy quickly. And then they'll pay me back. So
does it mean you'll be sending copies of receipts to our investors as well to the 10,000, or you've just shown us printed out copies?
These are paper wallets.
Okay.
Right.
Paper. Those are private keys, right?
Please back up your that I've just put on YouTube forever.
Yeah.
Nice.
They're gonna love you.
Nice.
Yeah. Ralph worked on worse quality, so you thank him afterwards, yeah?
Yeah, but the software these days. Okay, we're gonna have to revisit that and get going on moving some of those wallets. Nice.
This is called cold storage, guys. Cold storage.
Yeah. Anyway, back up.
For that.
We heard from one guy who said it made my Ether wallet and then put it on a USB stick, and his USB stick in like within 24 hours somehow stopped functioning, and that was the only place he backed up his private key. Bad idea. Do not do that. Make sure you have a duplicate. Make yourself a paper wallet. Don't show it on YouTube.
Something else. You said something that contradicts how you act, actually, David. You said when you're creating a wallet, copy your private key to a Word document. Don't do that. Do what you normally do. Just use a password manager, copy it into your password manager straight. Don't do anything else, or maybe print it out, but don't store it anywhere in Word files or whatever. Password manager or dead tree version.
You can do it in a Word file. You put the Word file onto the USB stick, you delete the Word file, and you empty your trash. That's what you have to do. But if you have a password manager like 1Password, you can make an encrypted note, which is far better. Yeah, but if you use a Word or a text document, get it on a USB stick, delete it, and empty your trash.
Okay.
I'm just going to pretend that no one's going to, maybe I'd better start making some new MyEther wallets.
I have to tell you about a very funny comment. Somebody says, Miss Heat of the Moment, hello Pillar team, you guys are great. What are you taking to stay up for so long? Please share. Thank you, Miss Heat of the Moment, love it.
Ask Partha.
For me, it's just the fear of failure. I get terrified of being hacked, etc. So the failure was just keeping me up. The fear of failure.
Oh, that's a good one.
Oh, okay, Partha, what are our numbers now?
Another 50 blocks to go.
Okay, and how much has come in the last half hour?
Yeah, another, I would hazard a guess of around 15 to 20 minutes.
No, but how much Ether has come in?
Oh, Ether.
We're 370 shy from 94 for 90, so 114.
So we might make 114 if there's a bit of a push.
Yeah.
Okay.
Come on, live stream audience. Let's make it 114.
Yeah, let's make it happen.
Yeah. You're playing this extra time with us. Come on.
We want those tokens in circulation.
So
how many people are
live?
Are live.
201 people watching and likes to dislike.
2 each.
Just 2 each. 2 Ether each.
10 Ether for each, and
how much time? How much time, Partha?
15 minutes.
Oh, countdown time, 15 minutes.
I'm very excited. Is there a way of us knowing the location of the last person who's going to buy any of the tokens? Can we work that one out? Will we be able to?
No, not really.
No, no way.
You can't. It's just a key.
I'm here on the live chat who's going to do it.
I'm sure people that work in MyEther wallet, etc., might be able to, but for us, it is just a string of numbers and hexadecimal digits that come in, sort of thing. What else? There was one I wanted to read out. Oh yeah, someone was saying, excellent, Michael Shea, after Michael spoke earlier on. There was another one. I think Paula was asking where Yogesh was. Yeah, she was saying, thanks, Yogesh, where are you? She was saying, are you around, Yogesh?
I don't see Yogesh here.
Yeah, he dropped.
Okay, he's in India. I don't know which city. Probably Partha knows which city.
It's in Mumbai.
He's near Mumbai, I think.
He's near Mumbai.
I think it's called Pune.
Yeah, Pune.
Right?
Oh, that's a techie city, isn't it? Pune. Technology.
Yeah.
And one Bay Nikki says, "We will know Pillar is a success when songs are written about it." So think about the songs, guys.
Cool. That's cool.
What else? Thanks, the Pillar team, says Con J67. Thank you.
Michael, someone's asking how we met. And for me, the interesting thing is that I was introduced to David via Twitter. And David uses a lot of different channels. But literally, it is interesting that he tweeted and said, does somebody know about anyone who's good at PR? And a friend tweeted back, and that's how I got to meet David. So I'd say that's a really good question that somebody asked. So if you want to get into anything like this, I would say perhaps what's a good idea is to look at a social channel that you wouldn't normally go on to. Now I'm on Twitter, but David David has other channels he prefers. And interestingly, on Medium, there's a great community there, which I actually didn't really know about, I'm embarrassed to say, until a few weeks ago. So just to say, it's very, very interesting that it's good to just try a different social channel. If you want to get involved in something like this, it's a really good idea. It'll stretch you and you'll meet new people.
I think that's a good point. I mean, going to Slack channels, etc., introduces you to people you wouldn't have met otherwise. So I met David in 2030 by just going into the forums, because 2030 used to have a forums before the Slack. So just
you did a SWOT analysis.
I did,
right?
Indeed, for the Cryptex token.
Correct. One of the first things there on our drive.
That's why you're doing SWOT analysis all the time.
Yeah.
I'm addicted to them.
They are opening
don't worry,
the gates
Michael,
for you.
We'll train you to get rid of those. That's all right. Don't worry.
You don't, not five forces, not a five forces analysis, Michael?
I have probably got those as well. I'm trained to do them. So you want to untrain me not to do them?
I think the blockchain is something that is new in general to everyone. It's kind of a nascent industry. So one thing I think everybody here at one point or another in the last 2-3 years, some more, some less, we're drawn to this because of just curiosity, intellectual curiosity. And this is something that is very, very important. Just read a lot, be interested in what's happening. The world is changing and it's changing fast. And decentralization is a huge movement. It's going to be one of the three main forces that is going to drive the next 20, 30 years. So just be interested and interest others in that, because we're all, in the same boat, and we're all in the same, living on the same planet.
Okay. Then I've got an open question to anyone who wants to take it on. If you were given the opportunity to do another ICO, what would you do differently?
I have to focus, sorry.
He doesn't want to answer that. That's okay. Any other person?
I think if we had, the best way to think about that would be to, what we would have done differently on a Pillar ICO. I think that's the really accurate question to ask, because I have to put myself in another ICO that I don't know the project. But if we had to do the ICO of Pillar again, we would have tried to understand who our natural buyers are, who is going to be really buying those Pillar tokens. We went to a completely different audience that ended up buying our tokens and actually be interested in what we are. We thought it's going to be pretty much a wholesale campaign. David talked about it in the news several times. with big buyers dropping, you know, hundreds and thousands of Ether at a time. It's turned out to be completely the opposite. It turned out to be kind of a retail campaign with people dropping, you know, anything between a few Ethers to tens of Ethers, but not much more than that. We were trying to do everything to push the Americans out, like, right, in the beginning, until we said no, right? Let's open it up. So we would have probably done a longer ICO, not a 60-hour ICO, but a much longer ICO. I don't know if 28 days, such as some of these that we have done before, but probably 2-3 weeks, maybe. We would have sold the entire 560 million tokens that we wanted to sell for sure, because we see the drop of Ether is constant, right? Sometimes more, sometimes less, but it's pretty constant in the last 48 hours or so. So, you know, longer period, different geography targets, and different campaigns probably for targeting more the natural buyers as opposed to large buyers. So I think it would have shifted quite a lot, the ICO, and probably with better results. Don't get me wrong, it's a fantastic, we are right now in a fantastic place for an ICO that has missed, I think, the real target. We haven't maximized enough the targets. And probably we would have also systematized a lot of the things, right? Like, because it's a retail campaign, more systematization in terms of newsletter, communication, and all of that. And people around here, you know, the 12 people I see here in front of me, we all know how to do it, but I think we kind of mismatched where we needed to go to where we, you know, how it ended up being.
Cool. Then one question, then when will we have a Pillar wallet to store Pillar in?
Oh, that's a great question. I think somewhere, you know, 6 to 9 months, David. I think so. 6 to 9 months is a fair guess. Don't shoot us if it ends up being 12 months, but I think that's it's a fair statement to say. 6 to 9 months. It's the first version, the wallet, where you're going to be able to store your pillars. And then from there, we're going to start to upgrade this wallet and turn it into the real personal data locker where we all really want to go.
So is that a good enough answer, Orlando, Octavian, Romanus? Hopefully it is. Any more questions, guys? Any more questions? Or anyone who would like to tell a story from this experience from our side?
I want to say something.
Go for it.
I've been going to places, they have different names. Some call them hacker spaces, some call them maker spaces, fab labs. Basically, it's just a place where volunteers come together and they work on their own project or they work on projects together. And these places have always really been inspiring to me. And I must say that I can see a lot of similarities in the team, what we've done here, how we just pulled all our abilities out of our sleeves when needed. And, you know, we all communicate with each other because nobody needs to explain that to us. We all understand that we need to be in touch. And as difficult as it is, it really reminds me of my hacker spaces where I go to and where I share information and knowledge. And I really love that attitude. I don't like organizations where people try to keep information for themselves, and it's limiting yourself and it's limiting others. And I just wanted to say that I really love that. I think it's great.
Cool. Smoking Crop says, when will the bounties be paid out? The bounties will be paid out as the ICO closes and we formalize the pre-sale. Then it's just a timing thing. Within the next few days, we will pay out the bounty, Smoking Crop. And Orlando says, I just checked the MEW, my Ether wallet for Pillar. It works well. Brilliant. It does. Ayman Abdullah, are you running Agile Scrum development? We sort of using Kanban. And
wasn't efficient enough.
Partha, last word on time remaining to buy. Last pillars.
Last 1 more minute to go.
Oh,
last minute, guys.
I'm trying. I'm just failing here. Really 1 more minute?
1 more minute.
I have
see you
to
in 10 years, guys.
I'm not going to make it. Okay.
Go on.
Yeah, it's done.
It's done.
It's done. Okay.
Hilaristas, we're done. It's all over.
That's it.
It's
guys.
over. Congratulations. Congratulations, everybody. I'm really proud of this amazing team.
Thank you, everyone.
Awesome, awesome work. Just so thankful and so impressed and just so grateful to work with these incredible people. Thank you.
So what's the total that we got in Ether for the entire thing, and what's the total in dollars? Does anyone know?
93,674 in the ICO and 20K during the pre-ICO. So it's nearly 113K Ethers.
So
almost 114. Almost 114.
Yeah,
it's right now it's very close to $20 million, right?
Yeah.
And
it's
as low as Ether is at the moment.
And
yeah,
and
but
Ether is very low.
wait, I want to see. So sorry, tell me the number again, please. Tell me the number again.
Yeah, 93,674 point something.
93,674.
0.5
plus
maybe.
20? Plus
yeah,
20?
plus 20.4. Yeah.
20.4.
That puts us at 114. If it's 20.4, we're at 114 and change.
This times this.
I just wanted to say thank you so much for all the lovely messages that people are posting saying congratulations. That's really fantastic and very, very much appreciated. And it's wonderful to have you there. Somebody said, when's the party? Well, I think the party's now. We might be spread all over the place, but it's great.
Partha and I have got a lot of work to do with the pre-sale, so I'm afraid we're not going to have a lot of party.
What's the price? Hold on. I'm just using the price from Poloniex. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. It just changed. Wait a minute. Right now we're at 20,000. 20,123,000. 20,123,000. 120. $20 million ICO, ladies and gentlemen. This team right here that you're looking at.
And really probably one of the most successful grassroots fundraise in history. I think so.
And in
20 million
also,
how
right?
many
Without funding the quickest?
Without funding, without external funding, without bigger buyers, grassroots.
Yeah, I mean, technically,
really
even including inflation, technically, we probably just barely surpassed the Ethereum fundraise just now by about that much. Of course, I mean, we're very humble. Listen, we have to be very humble. The price of Ether can go up and down. We have a lot to do. Go do something nice for your friends and your family, everybody. Just take a day, relax and do something nice for people that we've been, relying so much on for support and who've been, cooking things or cleaning up for us and helping us. Go do something really nice for them. And it's not time to boast and say how successful we are. It's actually time to ask people to pitch in and start the work. So we're going to regroup. We're going to pay people. We're going to make sure that we keep all our word. We're going to send 7 pillars back to someone who sent them to us. In our we're going to clean up all the little things, the shavings that are left from this process, and we're going to very humbly, get together in Slovakia and invite anybody who will come and really start to build something special. We'll see tomorrow night, right? Make sure I don't get this wrong. 7 p.m. UK time, right? We'll all be here like this. We'll be showered and freshly groomed, and we'll have a chance to express our gratitude to all the people who have helped us and to talk about the future. And anyone else who would like to say something, please do.
I want to say 2 things, David. First of all, I really need to groom. Look, I haven't gone to the hairdresser for way too long because of this. Okay, and the second thing, look at all the stuff that we did without money, and now we have money. I can't imagine what possibilities that would make.
Well, let's stay lean and hungry, shall we? And
always.
Let's leverage the heck out of this and get to millions. Anybody else?
Addressing Ralph as to grooming and hair issues, I have no problem with that.
Okay, I'm gonna ask you for tips on that, okay? You seem to be an expert.
I think it's a number 2 razor there, Ralph.
Yeah, I just want to say something too. This is now for me personally, this has been a great experience working with all these different people who have so many skills, and it's been cool watching on Slack. Like I'll pretty much try to watch everything going on, even if I don't understand it. But it's cool seeing different people operate in site construction or smart contracts. So it's something that's cool that was able to see how the whole thing is made and not just be stuck in a silo, so everyone can kind of see what everyone else is doing and appreciate all the hard work, even if you don't interact with him. Like just with Ralph, I think it was today or yesterday, it was the first time I actually was involved in any kind of interaction with the banner, but I'd seen him do other stuff, so that was cool. And also I think what's really cool, I've been a big fan of off topic, Conor McGregor, the boxer, but he's been talking about like the law of attraction, like just like believing things, and then like if you believe things and work hard at it, then you can make things happen. And that's really cool. Like what David has, like he saw this thing, way long time ago, and then in order to make things happen, you have to believe it first, and then once you believe it, then other people can believe it. And then it seemed like everyone embodied that, everyone believed it, and then kind of made other people believe it. And it's just a testament to like the power of belief, I think, that we were able to get what we've done so far done.
Very, very well said. I think that's amazing. Really completely agree with you. What's interesting, I was trying to find the message, apologies, I was scrolling around, but basically somebody said, I'm not a techie. Can I get involved? Is it worth coming to PopRad? And what I would say is that this is the people's token. And actually, we will, certainly on the communications front, I think everyone would say, would you agree, Ruby and Jack? On the communications front, we don't, if you're not a techie, then you can probably get the message out as well, if not better, than somebody who is a techie, because this is going to be of real interest and value to ordinary people who just want that freedom, who have good values, who want to have control of their data, and they want to be able to really, have the freedom and a better life. So I would say that as the momentum grows, we will be wanting people to be involved on the communication side. It could be social media, it could be PR, who could actually really help get the message out to ordinary people, because that's the great skill. Being able to explain what we're doing to non-techies is so important. And yes, there's some amazing technical skills here, but also communication skills are really, really important too. I hope you agree.
Yeah, I'd agree, Tina. I mean, that's actually one of the reasons was, listening to a random podcast a while ago. And the guy was talking about, he said the biggest problem with the blockchain industry was that people are bad communicators. So you have a lot of brilliant people that are incapable of communicating their idea to a broader audience. And he said that, you know, like if people can communicate well, then they can find a lot of success to bring blockchain to the public. So that's kind of what fueled my fire to join the industry, because I feel, you know, I have no tech skills, but you know, I'm a communicator, and you know, I feel like I can think on my feet. So I think anyone who can communicate well and has vision can, you know, find a place with us, you know, and be part of this mission.
You did awesome, Ruby.
Thank you.
What'd you say?
I said you did awesome.
Oh, thanks. Thanks, you too.
And I would like to add something here, that blockchain tech details is one thing. Yeah, this is hard to explain, this is hard to understand, and stuff like this. And second thing is David vision. Yeah, this is not easy stuff. This is something that you have to digest for many times to actually say, okay, I understand what this man is aiming for, and what this vision is all about. And I have to tell you honest truth that I believe that till 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago, I was a blind man, yeah, just communicating something that it's inspiring me to the max. But if anybody is asking me about tiny detail, I'm failing. Yeah, I'm just going to the very round sentences about something. Then when I just watch the videos, watch the interviews, read this great paper for the third time, see that all materials that we had, I just get into this vision. And that's why I see that we are only at the beginning now, because when we can put this message into work, when can we make all these people understanding what are we going to do, and how in this whole order it will work so properly and so naturally and so much greater than today. I think that the community building were just soar. Yeah, it will skyrocket by this time. And I'm really looking forward to what's going to happen right now. And it was a pleasure, and it will be a pleasure, I think, to do it further.
One thing I just want to mention is that just for the last, I don't know, 3 or 4 months as we've been gearing up for this, I've been at the center and kind of saying, I don't tell anybody what to do. I don't tell anybody what to do, but everybody's asking me what to do. Right. So, and I think just in the last maybe couple of days, it was like, I think it was when Michael said, David, get off your ass and go change your password and do this and do that. That it changed to like, just get things done and we can leave David out of it. You know, well, shouldn't David be in this meeting? Nah, it's fine. And that's now it starts. Now people are starting to see they have autonomy, and now they're going to get paid to tell me to go shut up. And that's going to be the beautiful part.
My apologies.
And
thank you,
no,
Michael.
That has changed.
Thank you.
Yeah. Take the initiative. Do things.
And I think, David, this is even true as we have raised this much money from the community. It's a huge responsibility that we've taken. And we have no right to fail. I think it's very huge on our shoulders, what we have to do.
We have no right to fail.
Yeah, 100%. This is a huge challenge. Huge challenge. And I think we all understand it. And, well, the success will cause more success in the future. You have no right to fail.
Mm-hmm. But Max,
that's what I'm feeling right now.
But Max, this is why we have to do it together with them.
Yes,
it's not
exactly.
It's not us. It's not we have collected their money and now they're out of the picture. It's there together with us, and it's only the beginning also for them.
Yes.
They need to be part of this. They need to be part of this. They need to help us along the way.
Especially since we didn't have any big whales, you know. We have these little investors, and it's really important that we keep our promise. Really important. Yes, because there's so many people we're accountable to. And one thing that we also should notice is that we didn't get much Chinese investors. And I'm curious to know why. Do you have any reason?
It's a bit of a sore spot at the moment.
Yeah. we did get some, but definitely not the number of people that we were aiming. But I think China is going to be an interesting place for us, for Pillar. Yes. And I personally look forward to find partners for Pillar there. Start to see how we're going. It's going to be a very, very interesting place, and it's going to be a challenge, because what Pillar really represents and the way that China is working is, China in many aspects for the tech world is a different planet. And we'll see how we are going to fit into all that. It's going to be super interesting.
May I ask a question, please? Do we know how many different how many different people actually pledged for the tokens? I know we've got the total figure now, which is fantastic.
It's safe to say, Tina, it's safe to say that the number of transactions that you have.
I'm working on it. Give me a couple minutes, Tomar.
Michael can give us the exact figure.
The exact figure? Fantastic. Because he's cross-checking the address, the public address.
Exactly.
So I appreciate that the value of Ethereum goes up and down, but when we closed tonight, this is UK time, it was 20,120,000 US dollars equivalent. So that was the sum, obviously at that point, and it's going to vary. But it'd be lovely to know the number of transactions. That would be
okay. Two things.
Yes.
Transactions are one thing, unique accounts are another. 7094 unique accounts.
7094.
Yeah. Unique accounts.
Yes.
Number of transactions. Let me just get the. Okay, we've got some things kicking out right now. Give me 1 second. I'll tell you what it was on the actual transactions.
And India is up. It's 4 in the morning for him.
10,001 transactions.
Oh my goodness! What a strange figure. That's amazing.
Actually, you know what? Let me double check. So I may have a header there.
Michael, real quick.
10,000 transactions on the main sale. That's not including the pre-sale.
Okay, yeah, because I think that for her purposes, the number that's most important is probably the total number of people from both sales, right? Because that's a big.
Yeah, I'll have to dig another file out. I have that file, but it's not. I'm working on the main sale one right now.
The pre-sale one is 1,450.
403. Yeah.
No, but what we won't be able to cross-reference. There may be a way to say for unique accounts. There may be an overlap between accounts between pre-sale and main sale, but that'll take us a little bit to mash those numbers together.
And it's fair to say then, Michael, that the number of accounts kind of represent, because you don't have, for example, a whale that is going to transfer you, 1,000 Ether from multiple accounts, you can fairly say that, a single account is going to be one person, right? It's going to be one account per person.
Given the size of transactions, I haven't pulled the final statistic analysis on the transactions, but we were on earlier runs running around a mean transaction size of 10 or 11 Ether.
Yeah.
I think it's safe to say,
it's one person.
99% of those are single account.
Right.
99% are single account users. But give me a couple
so
minutes.
much. That's really good to know. That's brilliant.
We'll have some graphs posted to Slack shortly, Tina.
What was our largest purchase? Do you know?
In the past, I'm going to go. It's about $18.99 was the largest one, I believe. That was earlier yesterday. I don't believe it has been exceeded by anybody.
That's a pretty impressive part of the story too, Tina. That all those donations, most of them were small. We didn't get a single like giant one.
Yeah, on the earlier analysis, this is this morning. I think 98. Again, probably about 95% of the transactions are below 100 Ether.
That's amazing. And actually, this has been acknowledged online with Pair Math asking how many whales came in, and then Sleepwoke says very few. So this is, very, very significant. Very significant. It's great.
Tina, to add to you, Mark Needman says the same thing. I don't think I've ever had an opportunity that gives the little guy a chance to invest in something this big. Thank you, Pillar Project.
That's great. And it is a really good thing. And I think the point's been really, really well made that there's a responsibility. This is obviously in the main sale, and we'll know the numbers for the pre-sale, but 10,000, there are 10,000 people, stakeholders here, 10,000 people that we've got to answer to, which is, a huge responsibility, but also really, really exciting too. And that's so motivating.
The good thing is, though, that we have the same goal for ourselves, right? Our goal is the same as theirs.
Yep.
This is Grassroots from A to Z, guys. From us, from David's vision, from how we were doing it, to the people who bought this token. Yeah, this is somehow guaranteeing that we will stay true to these rules, and we will work on the real solution here, not going for a roller coaster ride. Just stay to the rules that we were just so powerful communicating here.
Brilliant. And I should thank Sleepwoke's just written the press release headline, which is Pillar to the People. Love that. Thank you so much. That's just the coolest thing. So Pillar to the People, love it.
Yeah, I just saw that as well. That is impressive.
That's
Nice.
money. That's money right there. That's awesome.
Really awesome. That's a t-shirt.
Just a question
Actually,
to
good question. Sleepwoke saying, will you guys post these stats in your next email? That's the question.
We probably would.
And that's coming out tomorrow, isn't it? Tomorrow? Sometime tomorrow?
Sometime tomorrow, and probably David would ask me, can I have the stats? So
yes. Excellent.
I think, Partha, did you want to go offline to do the thing? So
yeah, I think that would be better. We just have to do quite a bit right now. So
okay, Pilaristas and me and Partha would be saying thank you so much, and we'll be going up our way to do some pre-sale reconciliation. Thank you so much.
See ya. Bye-bye.
So is it good to look at some of the messages? Would that be helpful? Toma, would you like me to look at some of the messages? Yeah, cool. So there's some great stuff coming out here. Sleepwoke, we love you, Sleepwoke. You're going to make a graphic of it. You're going to make a graphic. Thank you. That would be amazing. So we'll get those stats over to you. Really, really wonderful comments here. There's so many. It's very, very exciting.
Miles Togo is on a roll. P2P is Pillar to the People.
Love it.
Shout out to Miles Togo. He's sending so much love for us on Twitter. Very actively supporting us, spreading the word. This is the example of a Pilarista in action. Thank you, Miles Togo. We owe one to you.
Nice.
And Ashton, who's been on the community quite a bit, says, I think it would be beneficial to you guys to highlight that low volume of whales in the ICO and the grassroots movement and team. So thank you very much for saying that. I think that's a great suggestion.
He also sent me an email with some information on other things he would like to help out with. But I'm gonna make sure that that the team gets it. I haven't been able to read it because of this. But thank you, Ash.
Thank you. And Sleepwoke also suggesting for a t-shirt, P2P for the t-shirt, so that's fantastic. And then Jonas Lintunen, who again is somebody who's been very active on the channel, both today and before, says the Pillar Project is more than a project, it's a movement. And I think that's a really key message. And David.
Where's the sound?
Yeah. We don't hear you, Tina.
We don't hear Tina's sound.
I know. Apologies, I've been unmultitasking. It was Jonas Lintunen who says, the Pillar Project is more than a project, it is a movement. And I think that's capturing exactly something that David said.
Totally.
Great.
It's more than a movement, it's a way of life. And it involves giving up your smoking habits.
Come on, we're blockchain hippies, grassroots.
I know. No, maybe we'll try mushrooms, but no smoking. Hey, you live in Amsterdam. You live near. Go pick. You bring the mushroom.
We'll keep that for team building day or something. I will pluck some mushrooms.
Yeah, the smart brownies for the smart contract.
Oh God!
If somebody was hesitating to come to Poprad, Slovakia, it's worth it. Yeah, it's worth it.
Wow, I wonder what would happen, but yeah. Let's leave it theoretical as long as we're gonna try to be productive.
Let's let our audience have a bit of a rest, and we'll see them tomorrow night on this next channel over in our playlist, starting at 7 p.m. UK time, right?
Yes.
That's correct.
Yep. Don't forget the likes. Don't forget all the love on YouTube, please.
Absolutely.
And if you're not signed up for our mailing list, if there's anyone left listening, come to pillarproject.io, get our mailing list, and plan to start your first Pillar meetup in your city.
Dina, before we all drop, I will post all the results to the Slack channel. There is some edits in some of the numbers that I gave you earlier.
Thank you so much. That's amazing. That's brilliant. Okay. Thank you so much. Okay. And that's fantastic. Thank you so much.
Expect it soon on Twitter also, @PillarWallet. This is the way we will communicate with you for the following days. And then after a whole token sale rush will come down a little bit, I'm sure we will see with many of you in our Slack, planning on next activities, our collaboration and all the others. I just saw one comment on YouTube. Is there any work for carpenter in Pillar Project? Good.
Of course. Definitely. Why not?
Why not? Why not?
Needs to build pillars.
Yes, you know, given that we're called Pillar, right? We have a big Burning Man project for next year.
Nice.
So really? We're going to need you. Yeah.
By the way, after
Pillar Camp at Burning Man. Let's get that started. We only have 1 year to go. We have 14 months to get that ready.
So I know where I'm going to be contributing after this.
By the way, in the next few weeks, we're going to move also to a new decentralized Slack. And that's going to be also something important. We are going to use as many decentralized solutions as possible to support the community in general. And because that's the way that we, that's our way of life. and it's going to be made much easier for everyone to really to contribute. There are so many great solutions right now on decentralization, and we're definitely going to be part of it. It was introduced to us by our friend here, Ralph, and we're going to put that in place. So we're going to move slowly but surely from Slack, which is a centralized solution, to something that is more decentralized and free.
And open source.
And
I have to make a shout out to my hackerspace in Amsterdam, Technologia Incognita, because they showed me this a while ago, and I was just like, wow, why does nobody know about this? So yeah, I'm very excited. It's coming soon.
Okay, everybody, let's let our audience get a rest, and we'll see you tomorrow at 7 o'clock UK time, just right here in another channel inside
David,
of our...
we can't hear you.
Oh.
Or is it just me?
I hear you.
Yeah, it's just you. Let's let everybody go. Thank you, everybody. Just an amazing experience. And we'll really recap tomorrow and kick off tomorrow night.
Thank you, everybody. Thanks for the support.
Thanks so much.
One love, guys. Been a blast.
Thanks so much.
Bye-bye.